Here comes the Spider-Man.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Doc and Howlett here via the CCC channel, Comic Community Central, and today I'm going to give you guys a quick run through and quick my interpretation of the story that is presented here in The Amazing Spider-Man number 38, Just a Guy Named Joe. This particular issue, if nobody knows by now already, my intention is to have it signed by Stan Lee and then CGC graded at the 2012 Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo. So, just as much as it's for you guys, giving you some pretty cool classic Silver Age Spider-Man, give you a look on the inside, as well for myself before I get it slabbed to kind of document the comic before the interiors of the comic before I get it CGC'd, because I probably will not open it again after I do that. And I'm probably going to read it again on the way to the con. So this one is in the mid-grade. It was affordable enough for me to, purchase. And I definitely wanted to get a Stan Lee comic book for him to sign. So this one is, a Stan Lee, and this is the last Steve Ditko art. So Just a Guy Named Joe. So let's go quick through. It took me, almost a week to read the thing, and I kind of just read it here and there in, spots whenever I had a moment. That's not because the story was too long or boring or anything, but just being a busy dad, busy family, it just took me a while to read it. But I found this one absolutely great. So I'll kind of give the my quick interpretation as I go through this comic book and tell you some of the things that I really liked about it. So, Guy Named Joe. We have here's Joe, and he's just kind of a, kind of a nobody kid from the street sort of thing, but he wants to make it big. He wants to be the champ. He wants to be somebody, and he keeps trying. He's got a lot of heart, but nothing's happening for him. So as you see here, he's trying a bunch of fights, but it's just kind of a no-go for him. But he has a lot of heart. He just keeps trying. Eventually, he does get somebody who wants to become a manager for him, and book some fights, and eventually he gets this part on this little sci-fi movie that is happening, and he's got to play this alien. So you see this right here. He's supposed to play this creature, alien, or whatever, and he ends up, putting all his heart into his performance. Kind of goes really crazy, and he throws some pieces of the set through a light, anyways, and hit some chemicals that we're using on set, and then it ended up zapping him. So what happened was he ended up going a little crazy, got some super strength, temporary super strength, and kind of went on a bit of a rampage. The electricity and the chemicals kind of messed with his brain, and kind of he's saying to everybody, I'll show you, kind of who's the champ. I'm a big man, I'll take you all on, kind of thing, to paraphrase, sort of. So that's what happens. He goes, rampant, whatever. It's hard to talk today. But great comic. I love it. The interior is just beautiful. I mean, only minor things on the exterior too that actually really reduced the grade, but great cover, great Ditko art, just beautiful on the inside. So you see, whenever he's got the spots around him, that's when he's going a little mad. He has moments of clarity through the book. So as he's here, he ends up fighting Spider-Man. You see the same panel on the front cover. So you see Spidey thrown off a little bit there. Look at that. He's so Joe really kind of stood his ground here and there with Spider-Man. Just a bunch of school stuff happening there. And this here, what is her name? I I can't remember who that's supposed to be right there. There's some school stuff going on there. I can't even remember much of that part. See, it's been a while since I read it, and I was only picking it up here and there to read it, so. But I'll be rereading it. But this is a great, fantastic issue. Silver Age is usually really hard to read for me sometimes because it's so heavily, dialogued with the captions and word bubbles, and it can be very tedious sometimes to read. But this particular one I found was actually really great. Stan's writing this one, it just kind of really flowed. It was a lot of words, but it flowed really well, I think. Look at that. Top. And this particular image, I believe, is actually the exact image that is on the front cover as well. Just twisted sideways a little bit. Go like that. Pretty much looks like the same right on the cover. Here's Joe going to show all those boxers, who's the big man now. Just a beautiful comic book, I think. If anybody is able to get this comic book, I really recommend this one. This one definitely. There's a few people on YouTube who have said this story. I think it was like Captain Strangelove, maybe Hippies Collectibles. Who did I say now? Yeah, Captain Strangelove, Hippies Collectibles, Quest and Bromstar. If you guys that have read this issue say it's one of your favorites. And this one is definitely an amazing Spider-Man book. I really love it. There's multiple storylines going through this book. It just all runs together. I mean, it's great. This one, I love this part too. This is one of my favorite parts with the sound effects time. I mean, like I say, all of that heavy dialogue, and then there's this funny moment where they say, okay, it's sound effects time again, so hang on, here we go. And then all these different panels with the fighting and sound effects. I thought that was funny. That was a good moment in the comic. If you did find it a little bit, tedious for the reading, then that little sound effect scene might have helped you with that. So also through this story, I can't remember whether I've skipped the page already, but Norman Osborn did send a bunch of thugs, and I think it was a reward for taking down Spider-Man. So you have just a guy named Joe story going on. You have the Green Goblin trying to capture Spider-Man, through his thugs. So you get all these people out there trying to get Spider-Man as well. And one of the other things you see here, I believe this is the second appearance of Mary Jane. But as you can see, there is no face. But Mary Jane does end up coming to Peter's door and greets Mary Jane, but he's not home. So just a lot of things I love in this book. I'm gonna have fun to read this before I get it CGC'd, and I don't have any other way to read this too. I'm gonna have to find another way, either finding a collected volume of Spider-Man so I can reread this, or perhaps a digital comic or something like that. But because once I get this CGC'd, I don't think I'm opening it. This was great. Great comic. So if you guys want to know any more details about the story or anything like that, I'm going to be rereading this before I go to the show, so I might have a little more clarity on some of the finer points in the story if you wish later on. So, yeah, please leave all your comments, questions, as replies to Doc and Howlett, and I will post my comment as soon as possible. That makes it easier for me to reply so that it goes right to my email instead of the community email, making it easier and faster to talk with you guys. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this look inside Amazing Spider-Man number 38, and once I receive it back from the show and have it all CGC'd, then I will show that to you guys. Alright, I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.